I wasn't supposed to find out what my neighbor was doing at 2:17 a.m. If I had ignored that one sound, I would still believe he was normal, but now I can't even sleep in my own apartment anymore. I moved in because the place was cheap, too cheap, honestly, but I didn't ask questions. The building was old and quiet, the kind where nobody talks to anyone. Everything was fine for the first 3 days, then I met him, my neighbor in 3B. He seemed normal at first, calm, polite, but something felt off. He never held eye contact, his door was always locked, and I never once saw him leave. Then on the 4th night, at exactly 2:17 a.m., I woke up to a sound, something dragging slowly across the floor, coming from the wall right beside my bed. I froze. It stopped. Then I heard 3 slow knocks, not on my door, but on the wall. I ignored it, told myself it was nothing, until it happened again the next night. Same time. Same sound. Same 3 knocks. At that point, I knew it wasn't random, it felt intentional, like it was meant for me. The next day I knocked on his door, but he didn't answer. I could hear movement inside, like someone stepping away. That's when I noticed deep scratch marks at the bottom of his door, like something had been trying to get out. That night, 2:17 a.m. came again. The dragging sound was closer this time. Then the knocks came again, but this time there were 4. The next morning, I woke up and saw something scratched into my wall, right where the sound always came from. 4 words, "You're not supposed to hear me." When I read that, I wasn't scared at first, just confused, because I hadn't told anyone about the sounds. I went straight to his door and knocked hard until he finally opened it slightly. He looked terrible, exhausted, like he hadn't slept in days, and the first thing he said was, "You need to stop listening." I told him to stop whatever he was doing, but then he froze and asked, "You hear that too?" That's when everything changed. He let me inside, and his apartment looked wrong, same layout as mine, but everything was off. Furniture pushed oddly, scratches all over the walls. Then I heard it, the same dragging sound, but this time from inside his apartment. I asked him what it was, and he just pointed at the wall we shared and said, "It started in your apartment first." I told him that was impossible, that I had just moved in, but he shook his head and said, "No, you came back." Then I saw the wall, covered in the same message over and over again, "You're not supposed to hear me," and beneath it was a date from 2 years ago. My heart dropped as I checked my old records and realized I had actually lived in this same apartment before, and somehow forgot. I asked him what happened to me, but he didn't answer. The dragging sound started again, louder this time, and he just said, "You were the one knocking first." That night, I sat in my room waiting. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the sound started again, but this time it wasn't coming from his side. It was coming from inside my own apartment. Then I heard 3 slow knocks, from the other side of my wall. And before I could stop myself, I knocked back.